Time to dip into ultra luxury now here at Cruise1st TV as we take the most indulgent and comfortable journeys around the world with Azamara Cruises with Derek and Polly. Now, this is far from cruising with the many. This is the land of everything your heart could desire while enjoying a cruise, served up in a comfortable, relaxed surrounding with the extra attention, service and inclusions that you truly deserve for the holiday of a lifetime. Oh, looks amazing, doesn't it? I tell you what, here is a list of all the things that you can take for granted when you're on board with Azamara. The dining venues, of course, which are many and plenty, and your room service as well. Select drinks are included all day and all night, your tips and gratuities, wonderful, exclusive, as amazing cultural celebrations where that might be entertainers coming on board the ship or taking you to a money cannot buy experience in the ports. You've also got a very, very high staff to crew ratio as well, which is incredible. So there's no crowding, there's no queuing, and the most exceptional service. You're cruising with around about 700, 800 passengers on board as well. These ships could take many more passengers, but they deliberately keep the occupancy low so you have that feeling that actually it's a little bit more like a charter and a little bit less like a standard cruise.
Does that sound like something you deserve and a life that you could easily get used to living? Well, we've got Azamara and more in this show because it's summer sail time. And that means for a selected number of sailings, if you book a balcony or above, we'll add even more to an incredible lineup of inclusions. We'll upgrade your drinks package to premium, add Wi-Fi for the cruise, and also include some extra onboard spending money for you to lavish upon yourselves however you want to. Now, we've got two incredible trips to feature in this show later. We're off to the paradise of Mauritius on a memorable trip to Madagascar and South Africa for 2026. But we're going to start though on a nice pre-Christmas getaway for next year, journeying with Azamara from the wonderful sunshine on the Canaries to a safari adventure in Cape Town for over 21 nights. So let's fly off on the 2nd of December next year, southwest to Gran Canaria to meet Azamara Journey. Wow, this is wonderful. So Azamara, I mean, we've set the vibe for the show.
Well,
it's about having a really luxurious time.
It is. You know what? The ultimate feeling on a cruise like this, Polly, is the fact that everything is calm and serene, and like I said before, you're never waiting in a line, you're never crowded at all. You never feel like you are sailing with thousands of different people, because you're not. You're sailing with a select few, which is wonderful. It's a lovely feeling. It means that when you go for your morning coffee, there is someone there ready to serve it to you. You're not waiting, 3 deep in a line.
Is the life I deserve.
When you go to a bar, for instance, not only do you have your drink obviously freshly made in front of you there, with all the bells and whistles that you would expect from luxury, but you actually have time to have a really interesting conversation with the people that are behind the bar and hear their story as well. And you meet some fascinating people on these cruises, not just from the passengers themselves, but the crew. They have fascinating stories and they have the time to tell them as well. There isn't a supervisor tapping them on the shoulder saying, come on, there's a line here, carry on dealing with it. It's just very, very nice, and it allows you to truly get the most out of the destinations that you're going to, because this isn't a ship full of bells and whistles and water slides and everything else. This is an experienced ship. This is like a complete a complete escape from the everyday, but the amount of immersion that there is in the ports is massive. So you'll have presentations, live presenters who will come on board and do very short presentations on the history of a port that you're going to. You know, what were the significant things that happened in this place, in this country? What should you really go and see? What are the local customs? They kind of prepare you for that. Where it's ports where you need a shuttle, that will be provided by Azamara as well into the port. You stay longer in the ports. You can get into more unusual ports, smaller ports that the bigger ships can't get into. So the whole experience is enhanced. I mean, you can take the same cruise itinerary with 3 different cruise companies and have 3 very different experiences. And this is the boutique end of the market.
This sounds like my mum's perfect cruise.
Yeah.
This is what she wants. This is what she's reached a point in her life where she wants this. She expects the best and she wants the best. And you know what? Why not? If that's you, then this probably is the cruise line for you.
It's a treat, isn't it? And that's the thing. And you should be very comfortable with the fact that you're enjoying the best of everything. You know, you pay a premium to enjoy a premium as well, and it is wonderful. Lovely 18-night cruise leaving from Gran Canaria.
I know, a couple of days at sea and you'll arrive in Dakar and Senegal. Wow, a thriving hub here for African art, and every couple of years it holds a massive exhibition of all contemporary arts as well. Lovely to experience. Banjul in the Gambia is next. Obviously known for its wildlife, its national parks, plenty of options to go on safari while you're here. You've got Kayang West National Park and Baobelong Wetland Reserve as well for monkeys, leopards, hippos, hyenas, rare birds. A few days at sea and you'll arrive in Jamestown, St Helena. Now here you can visit Napoleon's tomb at Longwood House. Now it was his residence during his exile here, and it's now a museum with exhibits about his life on the island. 3 days at sea and arriving in Walvis Bay in Namibia. You've got an overnight on board in port here. It's great. You can spot some really rare birds in Walvis Bay. More than 150 species have been recorded and spotted. You've got flamingos, pelicans, damara terns. It's a really busy fishing harbour as well. There's lots of boats, ships, dolphins, whales. It's quite exciting. Lüderitz in Namibia is next. Now here you can go to Colemanskop Ghost Town. It's a deserted mining town near Lüderitz. It's now engulfed by the Namib desert sands. You can take a guided tour and learn all about these abandoned buildings. A day at sea and you'll arrive in Cape Town, where you've got 2 nights in a hotel. I mean, Cape Town's great. South Africa produces some of the best wines in the world. So why not go to a winery and experience that as well?
Would be lovely, yeah. Stellenbosch isn't far away at all, and there are lots of experiences that you can book up. I'm guessing you probably want to take the cable car up to Table Mountain and see the views from there. Would be incredible. Now, as an extra treat on this one, we've also included a full day at the Aquila Private Game Reserve, which is nearby to Cape Town. And you'll have a full day here. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. It's one of the oldest, actually, privately owned game reserves there is in the Cape Town region of South Africa, and you really do get up close and personal. And of course, the best time of days to do a safari like this or a game drive is early in the morning and indeed late in the evening as well, because that's the time to see the animals, you know, at their most natural and at their calmest as well. But what an amazing experience. And of course, I can't tell you how that day will go because everyone has a very, very unique experience. And there's several ways of doing a game drive at this reserve as well. So you can explore various possibilities while you're there. But what a wonderful thing to do before, at the end of your stay in Cape Town, we transfer you back to the airport for your flight back to the UK. So this is very much an experience holiday. And of course, if you want more time in Cape Town, if you've got other plans, you've got other things you would like to do, then of course we could always extend the stay in Cape Town for you. This is a lovely time of year to do it as well, if you think about it. We're talking about December next year. While you're on that itinerary, by the way, you know, a lot of those places may well be unfamiliar to you. And that's what I say is the Azamara difference is that you've got these wonderful enrichment opportunities on board to find out more about the destinations. Of course, Azamara will have a number of selected excursions that you can choose to take in these areas as well to get the very, very best out of these places. But you'll certainly come back from a trip like this having had a very, very different experience to anyone else that took maybe a larger, more commercial these days cruise ship experience in this part of the world that can only get into the larger ports. Of course, the other bonus of taking a trip with Azamara is that you do stay in these ports for longer. So you're there earlier in the morning, you stay until later in the evening. You don't have that, oh, we need to be back at the ship by such and such. Yes, you do still have some time restraints, but they're a lot looser than they would be on one of the bigger ships. So December next year, so the back end of next year, and kind of the trip of a lifetime as well, something very, very different. You fly out from the UK and do the relatively short flight just down to Gran Canaria. Maybe you want some time in Gran Canaria to holiday there before you take your Azamara cruise. Again, we can arrange that for you, not a problem. But as it is, we fly to Gran Canaria, and in Las Palmas, we will meet the Azamara journey on a brand new itinerary, so very new for the cruise line as well, sailing in absolute luxury and style from the Canaries to Senegal, the Gambia, Namibia, and ending the cruise in Cape Town in South Africa. There is where we leave the cruise, but we're staying for a 2-night hotel stay there. And remember, one of the days we've included that full day game reserve experience at the Aquila private game reserve. Plus, there is plenty of time to explore Cape Town as well before we transfer you back to the airport in Cape Town for the flight back to the UK. Right, here is our price tag for this one. And then we'll talk about what else we can do. Let's just talk about briefly the inclusions on the cruise already. When you get on board, there is so much included. So much dining, which is, high caliber, quality dining, food there whenever you want it, included room service, your gratuities, select drinks are included as well, shuttles into the ports, and so much more is included already as a given. But on this offer, if you go for a balcony or above, what we're going to do is upgrade the experience of the inclusions. So let's go and have a look at the upgrade prices, and then I'll tell you how we then up the ante on this one. So there are your prices to upgrade to ocean view, to balcony, and to suite there. Now, if you upgrade to a balcony or the suite on this one, we'll upgrade the drinks that are already included on board to a premium selection. We'll also add Wi-Fi, and we'll also give you an extra $300 of onboard spending money. Now, the great thing about that is there's very little to pay out for anyway when you're with Azamara, so you could treat yourself to wonderful spa treatments. It might be a little bit of maybe the upscale dining on there that you can treat yourself to as well. You can book the whole thing with a deposit today of just £299 each. As I mentioned before, you can tailor either end of this as well. Remember, you fly to Gran Canaria to pick up the cruise ship, so if you wanted a few nights in Gran Canaria, maybe down south, Porto-Magan, Maspalomas, one of the resorts down there, have a few nights in a hotel there before you then take the cruise, talk to the team. Not a problem whatsoever. And remember, at the other end in Cape Town, you've got 2 nights there and the full day game reserve, but if you want more than 2 nights in Cape Town at the end of the holiday, again, just talk to the team. We can tailor any package just the way you want it. That's the magic number, 0800 953 4700. And while you kind of look at each other and consider, shall we? While you do that, let me remind everyone at home why so many people trust a holiday like this with us here at Cruise1st.
With over 20 years of travel experience, when booking with Cruise1st, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and Atoll Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is safe with us. We've been on your TV screens for over a decade, and we guarantee the best cruise prices. If you find one of our offers cheaper elsewhere on TV, then we'll match or beat that price. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday with many of our deals. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until your due date to pay your balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 6,000 independent reviews, so you can be fully confident when booking your next holiday with Cruise1st.
Azamara will really take care intuitively of your every need while you're on board one of their trips. Now, they have incredible, as amazing celebrations which will be parts of your cruise. Now, that's a cultural experience in a port. You've got guest entertainers and speakers coming on board as well, and it's all included as part of your journey. It's one of those holidays that you'll splash out that little bit more to enjoy the very finest experiences. We promise you that. Now, from their staterooms that are beautifully decorated with everything you need, that include 24-hour room service, you can be pampered all the way with the Azamara Cruises experience.
Yeah, they really are absolutely superb. So let's take another one of these wonderful, wonderful journeys, and this time we're going to take you all the way to paradise on an Azamara adventure for the start of 2026. Now, on the 17th of January, we're going to start 20 nights by flying off to a place I love to say it with my eyes shut. Mauritius. Because you get a picture straight away, even without opening your eyes and seeing what's on your screen right now. You know as soon as you say Mauritius that it is going to be beautiful, and we want you to really drink in that beauty. So we've got our first 3 nights in a hotel here. In fact, the first 2 nights will be in a hotel, and also the first night of your cruise will also be based in Mauritius. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth because it's naturally unspoilt. So you've got this wonderful kind of rainforest, mountainous, scenery, lush, incredible places. You've got botanical gardens there. You've got lovely wildlife experiences that you can have here. That food, you can taste it, can't you, without even tasting it?
Oh, I'm there on that beach. Whether you want to explore the rainforest and kind of go hiking and go on trails, or whether you just want to lie on the beach or walk around the gardens, like it's just wonderful.
Just a dream,
really is
isn't it?
a dream place to go. So you've got your couple of nights there before joining the Azamara journey. Once again, we'll step on board and just give you a taste of what's on offer. Now, like Derek says, it's pure luxury. We were talking about, the fact that it doesn't carry that as many guests as you might expect. That's 694. That's a lot smaller than what perhaps other cruise lines do. So you've got that real one-to-one service where people will get to know you. You go to the bar, they know what drink you want, if you're going to have the same drink every night. It really is a special experience.
And in saying that, it's great for every type of person as well, because some of us, you go away with your other half and you might just like keeping yourselves to yourselves. You might just be having the holiday just you two, and that's the way you like it. So there are plenty of places for you to escape, genuinely escape, and just be on your own without people walking past the whole time or being around or feeling like there are always people around you. Conversely, they're very social cruises as well, and the kind of people that take these cruises are generally, I would say, well, it's a mix of people. It's the people that have done every kind of holiday, and they've kind of not seen it all, but they've travelled and they've had a wide range of experience, and that makes for the most fascinating nights at dinner. If you choose to dine with other people and you buddy up with other people, it's lovely, the people you meet on a cruise like this, because they've got fascinating tales to tell. They've often had fascinating careers or life experiences. And, so quite apart from what you're seeing here, it's the kind of people that take these cruises as well that make them even more fascinating and make them even more richer. Because yes, of course, being on a cruise is lovely anyway. You can take that for granted. But actually the kind of people and the kind of relationships that you kind of strike up on one of these cruises make for something that's more than just a holiday. It leaves a bit more of a legacy behind it.
I don't know about you, I'm kind of a mixture of the two. The first few nights of a holiday, I don't want to socialise, I want to relax, I want to be with the other half. And then after I've regrouped, relaxed, got into that holiday mode, because it does take a couple of days, doesn't it, to switch off. Then I'm ready to meet people. And like you say, it's so exciting. You might meet lifelong friends, it might be just people for the holiday. It doesn't matter though. It's however you want to take it. You can experience your holiday the way you want.
Yeah, and one more thing I will say is you might look around the ship and say, well, you know, where's the water park? You know, where's the roller coasters? Where's everything else? And you might think, okay, is that going to work for me? Will I find that I'm bored? Actually, you find that time slows down a little bit, and you treasure that time. You really do. It becomes very intoxicating just having nothing to think about, no worries. You're such a lighter load when you're on one of these cruises. They are incredible.
Talking about it's really relaxing me.
Let's do it then, shall we? Out of Mauritius.
Yeah, and then you're going to go to Point de Galets in Reunion. The local market here is great. It's got lively atmosphere. You've got fresh produce, spices, local products. While you're there, some Creole snacks and a bit of local culture. A day at sea, it's Fort de Fan in Madagascar. There's a great excursion here to Serenity Reserve. It's a private reserve known for its lemurs. You've got ring-tailed lemurs and unique spiny forest habitat as well.
So cute.
Couple of days at sea, and it's Richards Bay in South Africa. Now that's situated on the deepest natural harbour in the southern hemisphere. Oh, you can go to nature reserves as well, see the rarest birds of prey in South Africa as well. You've got the palm nut vulture as well. Lots about being outside and experiencing animals and everything in their local habitat. It's Durban next. You can go to an authentic Zulu village while you're here and glimpse into their traditions. You've got historic sites as well, including Mahatma Gandhi's house and the International Printing Press. A day at sea, you'll arrive in Port Elizabeth, which is nicknamed the Friendly City because everybody there is so lovely. You can relax on the beautiful King's Beach if you want, or go and see some big game at the Kragakama Game Park Nature Reserve. Oh, sounds incredible. Mossel Bay is next. Now there's a great trail here if you fancy a bit of hiking up to the Cape St Blaise Lighthouse. It's a 19th century structure, stunning views of the surrounding areas, so well worth the hike if you can handle it. Then we're going to arrive in Cape Town, where you've got an overnight on board in port, and then this is going to be followed actually by a 2-night Cape Town hotel stay, so plenty of time to really enjoy what there is to do there. We mentioned going to the top of Table Mountain, seeing those views. What about going over to Robben Island, seeing where Nelson Mandela was held as well? You've got amazing botanical gardens as well. Also, you might want to stop by the V&A waterfront, a bit of shopping and entertainment.
Yeah, Robben Island as well. I was reading about it. I was doing some research for another show actually, and Robben Island is like a great nature reserve as well. Quite apart from being, you know, significant, of course, but it's actually quite a remote kind of little island, as the name suggests, but full of fascinating wildlife to go and see in its sort of natural surroundings. So it always fascinates me, this part of the world, and there is so much to do. There are many other safari experiences you can have just outside of Cape Town as well. We can point you in the right direction. Actually, we've had quite a few tours over the years to local game reserves. So even if you want to go to a garden lodge where you actually go and sort of live for a couple of nights in a lodge in a safari reserve, that would be nice to do, wouldn't it, as part of an experience like that? And we can make it happen. Just talk to the team. Now, it's a deposit today of just £299 to lock in your plans and lock in the price that we've got for you. Remember, so many more inclusions on an Azamara cruise than there are on regular cruise lines, which is great. So we're looking forward to January in 2026. So the package we've got includes the flight from the UK to Mauritius. You just have to say it, don't you? 2 nights in a hotel there, plus your first night of the 14-night cruise is in Mauritius. Incredible. Your whole cruise is more included on the Azamara journey, and you're cruising through Reunion, Madagascar, on through South Africa, and ending with your final overnight in Cape Town, and then 2 nights in a hotel there before the flight back to the UK. I'm really surprised. I want to show you the price straight away so you know, because I expected it to be so much more. Because we are talking about a cruise like this, the regular price of a cruise like this is the equivalent really to taking, you know, at least the premium balcony or a suite with a regular cruise line. You think to the part of the world that we are going here as well, and every element of this is so included. I'll go through the inclusions again in just a moment. And if you decide on this one to go for a balcony upgrade, or indeed up to the suite, We'll also upgrade the offering on board. So your drinks package, drinks are already included as standard anyway, beers, wines and spirits, but we'll upgrade that to a premium drinks package. We'll add Wi-Fi for you as well, which is normally an additional cost. And we'll give you $300 of onboard spending money to treat yourself. So let's check out those upgrade prices. So premium drinks, extra onboard spend, and your Wi-Fi if you choose the balcony upgrade or the suite upgrade on this offer. I mean, it is a special holiday. I say this quite often when we're looking at this kind of price bracket. It's not a holiday we'll do every year or twice a year. It's one that we'll do maybe once every decade, once every 20 years maybe, you know, but it's something you should definitely do, especially if you're going to an unfamiliar part of the world, because it is incredible to do. Now, if you want more details on that particular offer or the one that we featured earlier, call our team on 0800 953 4700, because I want to go back and show you again just what you can expect as the very bare minimum as part of an Azamara journey. And here's the list of inclusions, and it looks very simplistic, written down in text on a screen there, but honestly everything you need, basically your every whim is catered for while you're on one of these cruises, included an unlimited self-serve laundry, which for me is actually a real plus, because I like doing my own ironing. I don't like sending things off to be done. I would rather do it myself, and actually to be able to do that, you know, when you're in the part of the world that you might be unfamiliar with and whatever, to be able to do your own washing or whatever is actually a real plus to me. That's something I would rather do myself than have somebody else do for me.
I love doing laundry while I'm away.
Yeah,
it means I can pack less, which is great, because you only need a few outfits, well, and you can just keep on top of it.
And also, if you buy something while you're out and about in one of the shops in port or whatever, you can bring it back and iron it, so you're not looking like you've just pulled it off the peg in the shop, you see. We're so practical. We're like Mr. and Mrs. Practical, aren't we here? But you know what? You might be on the most luxurious of cruises, but you've still got those things that still kind of you like to do. You like to iron the way you like to iron. I don't like the iron on too hot for that.
I take my own washing powder when I go away, so I know it's going to smell the way I want my washing to smell. I can't believe I've just admitted that on TV.
It's the little thing. It's the little thing. All Azamara cruises have those wonderful inclusions as well, and there are certainly quite a few sailings at the moment that have this extra summer sail twist to them as well. So go and have a good look on our website, Cruise1st TV, and you'll find the other offerings as well, because they have the most fantastically fascinating cruise itineraries. It's really nice when they link up with something like the Monaco Grand Prix or whatever, and you turn up almost having this lovely below deck experience. It's incredible. Listen, we have run out of time. Don't forget to tell everyone, by the way, we're now on Freeview channel 89 in the afternoon.
89, spread the word.
Yeah, remember the number, Freeview 89, between 1 and 4 in the afternoon, every single afternoon. And of course, 24 hours a day on our website as well. There's no excuse to miss any show that we have, and we've got lots of fabulous shows with holidays around the world where we can say Mauritius more often. Anyway, see you soon.
Bye-bye.